Yo, JD here, Limitless, and we are finally back with some league racing, and this is TSRL, Top Speed Racing League, and this is the first round of the brand new season. I think this is season 10, I think they've done in their league, and I joined about the last quarter of the last season, had some very good results, had quite a few wins, and this league is a full qualifying format. Q2 here, Q1 we missed because there was only 15 people for this race here today, and that's what I love about this league, just the full qualifying format. So whatever you use in Q2, you're going to be using in the race, so exactly like real F1, and the competition has just gone more and more every single race I've done. A lot of practice by a lot of the drivers have gone into this. But this first round, Australia, as it would be in the real F1 season, is probably one of my best tracks on the game. I feel super comfortable around here. And in Q2, doing a 19.7 in the Mercedes, which I used last season as well. Off to a very, very good start. I was feeling very confident for this race. Prepared well. Even in wet conditions, I prepared, funnily enough. So coming into Q3 here, was really looking to do a low 19 as we just hit the wall. We was on a very, very nice lap coming across the line. That's going to be a 20.8, which is, of course, is going to be nowhere quick enough. And we've got some damage to go alongside that as well. But on my second lap I did here, had a purple first sector, but this middle sector didn't really feel that great at all. And I'm actually going red, but we are going to gain a ton of time in the last sector because I did smash into the wall. And there's about a second off what a good sector 3 would usually be, but I wasn't really feeling this lap too much, and there was still some time on the clock, so I decided to actually abandon this and go into the pits despite being in P7 because we haven't set a realistic lap yet at all. So that was quite a big risk for me, but I felt if I completed that lap I wouldn't have really had a chance of getting pole position, maybe even the top 3. So I decided to risk it and go for all or nothing lap here, and off to a very nice start there. Very, very good turn 1 as we're going through the lap. I have a little bit of talk as CRG Zelchi does a 19.4, which is pretty good. It's pretty difficult to do that kind of time, but my PB is a 19.2, so if I could get anywhere near that, it should be a pole position. For this first sector, pretty decent. We are up on his time. You can see by the delta, we are going slightly quicker than him, although not purple for some reason. We are faster than him in that first sector, but I didn't want to take too many risks around here because this is my one and only lap and I can't afford to be starting P8 now. I would be starting if I validated this lap, so I can't afford to be doing that. If you want to win races, you gotta have to do it when it counts. But we do a purple middle sector, but could have been a little bit more committed through that chicane. So as I said, I just want to make sure I'm pushing very hard still, but still in the back of my mind I was thinking I need to get through this up. I can't afford to invalidate this, so I could have used a little bit more on the exit there, but going through this left-hander, really enjoy this one, and going through here just missing the apex ever so slightly, so not a great last sector really. And coming across the line, what is this going to be? It is a 19.5, less than a tenth away from pole.
It was worth it. I would have been a lot slower,
but it was just that last sector. You'll be able to see on my sector times as I'm actually gone for a toilet break, which you're wondering why I'm not there. My last sector was about 2 tenths slower than one of my PB last sectors, so that's where the time was. But nonetheless, that was still enough for top 3 on the grid as Toilet Breakers donated $2 for that exact reason. And just before this video starts, a very, very quick one. There is a brand new football show called Football 365 now available to watch on this YouTube channel. Full link in the description down below. They discuss all the latest news with a new guest every single week. And I'm very, very fortunate to hopefully even be on the podcast myself because I am a huge Arsenal fan, if you didn't know. Go and check them out. Let them know that you came from me in the comments. And moving on to the video. I still felt good. This was a good position as long as I was in the top 3 with KJ Gamer and CRG Zelchi, who will probably go be my main competition in this championship, along with some other drivers such as Hawks, Find the Yum as well behind me. They're very, very good, but I think these two, the Red Bull pair, is going to be my main challenge. So as the lights go out, trying to get a good start, but the racing point alongside me gets actually a really, really good start. So I have to be conscious of him, leaving them some room on the inside, but we managed to slip in behind the 2 Red Bulls and just maintaining position. And yeah, don't need to win the race in the first lap. But just making sure I stay with them. And as always, as I usually say, although my qualifying is very good around here, and my race pace was looking exceptionally good. I practiced about 2 days in advance for this, so there was no excuses on the table here. No matter what happens, I should be prepared for this race. And at the moment, yeah, just making sure I don't extend all my ERS or fuel or anything at all. There's so much lag ahead of me, and I don't know what is going on there. I think that's because I have no idea. I think it's because some people are leaving the session, or maybe the connection to the host or something. So that wasn't particularly good news, as we already have a virtual safety car already. It's only been half a lap.
That's right.
And this is a big complaint about the new patch at the moment, is just the frequency of the virtual safety car. Some people say it's accurate and realistic. No, if there's crashes, I don't mind. I think in that case there was actually a crash on the first lap, so that is really fine, to be honest. But it does get triggered in my experience, and you're probably going to see over the next coming races, just as soon as someone retires, it just gets triggered instantly. And there is just a lot of lag with the Red Bulls ahead of me, so I'm really just trying to maintain my distance, just not get too close at this point. We've got a nice little buffer behind me, as there goes switched positions now. And at this point in the race, I really wasn't panicking or anything at all. I'm in a very good position, and I start to feel, as the tyres are going longer and longer in sync, this is where I'm really going into my prime. I seem to manage my tyres very, very well here. So this is the point where I'm starting to apply just a little bit more pressure, as it seems the connection has calmed down a little bit, as few more people are retiring from this race. I don't think that was a crash. I think that was literally just someone retiring. And we've got a full-blown safety car though. So that's safety car number 2 now in this race after 4 laps. But so yeah, at the end of that, we decided to go into the pits. Zelchi's trying to hold me up. Excuse me. He's trying to hold me up as we go into the pits, just so he could potentially not get jumped. And we're going to go into the hard tyre. Typically around lap 7 or something is when I would have been pitting for the hard tyre, but we decided to do it now because they can easily go to the end of the race, and not doing a Ferrari strategy where I would have continued or something. And it looks like we have actually jumped CRZ Zelchi in the pits here, because that is the problem with safety cars. You are very, very likely to get held into the pits, and there's a few people who have actually continued. Evan Z has retired from this race, so that is just his ghost car going round. A couple of people have actually continued those. And to be honest, I don't really actually blame him, because there could be another safety car or something as well. So, but we have got KJ Game ahead of me as we're starting this race once again, and we've got some cars between us as well. So we've got Evan Z, as I said, he is a ghost car, and I think it's KJ Gamer who really is the net race leader. And that was just a very, very clumsy corner cut there. Zelchi has now got a position, so he's the next car behind me, and we should be able to get Evan Z pretty easily going through this corner, just going through his ghost cars, so we don't have to worry about actually overtaking him. And now we've got no cars between myself and the net race leader, because the couple of guys ahead of him are going to have to pit. But these tyres should easily be going towards the end of the race. But going into chicane, we've got pretty much in no man's land now, about a second and a half between both of us, as a Ferrari has gone off here to Callum, and that could be another safety car potentially. But that is one position that we don't have to worry about. And now we're in P3 with KJ Gamer, who has actually now gone into the lead now, because Overkills on the soft tyres, going to end of lap 9 on the soft tyres, is going to be pitting to the end of the race. So now it's just no one between myself and the race leader, and we've got Zelchi behind, so about an equal distance between each other. And now it's time to really try and close him down. Now, I think we're going to stay on board this lap, because we're just outside the DRS zone, and I said to myself this lap, I really want to just get up behind him, as it always loses the car there. I really want to get up to him, overtake him, and then just try and get out of the DRS. That's how confident I felt my race pace around here. I really wanted to get the move done early, not wait until the end of the race, and just try and bridge out that gap. And I was very, very confident that I could do it. You can see we're pulling away from Zelchi behind, and we're slowly starting to reel in KJ Gamer. We are all on the same freshness as tyres as well. And the start of the lap, I think it was about 1.2 seconds or something like that. Let's see what it's going to be coming through here now. And it's 9/10 of a second. We gained 3/10 of a second this lap. Another 3/10 to the car behind as well. So we're putting on some serious pressure now. And I was feeling really good in my driving. But he's got an X above his name. And he's actually left the session. And his game, I can confirm, has actually crashed. And that is just... honestly, that is really unfortunate. Because I was really looking forward to having a really good battle with him. It wouldn't have been easy to overtake him. But I was really looking forward to that.
That was actually very unlucky.
But
don't want to see
that has helped me because it makes it a lot easier now to overtake him because I can just simply just drive through him, and that is just very unfortunate for him because I've been in that situation quite a few times myself, particularly in the AOR days. I used to disconnect from the lead or really good positions quite often. But yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. But that has made my life a lot easier now, and we'll be able to see what the gap is between myself and Zelchi behind in second place, who's got some very good pace. Let's see what the gap is going across the line. It is 2.7 seconds here as we get another corner cut, and that was just, again, just very clumsy, which just wasn't necessary at all. We're skipping on towards the end of lap 18 now. Let's see what the gap is now. We're driving very consistently, and the gap is 3.6 seconds. We pulled out 9/10 of a second, so we've been about a tenth or so quicker than him just per lap. Just been super consistent, and you can probably tell by my driving, not pushing it to the limit or anything at all, because I do have those 2 warnings. Can't really afford to get another penalty at all, so just driving about 90% right now, just keeping that consistency and just ensuring he's not within that 3-second gap. And yeah, I was just feeling really good as Overkill's just retired from the session here. Let's see what happens, and we've got another safety car now. And
right, cheers.
Yeah, you'll probably hear a little bit of swearing in a minute because of course that is just really frustrating for me. After having that lead, 3.6 second lead, and you can see by my delta, I'm keeping within my delta, but this is the thing, Zelchi has still caught me up from behind. You can see he's right behind me now. And I don't know if I'm missing something here, but I'm staying within my delta. I'm not going into the red or anything at all. No, I'm staying pretty low on my delta, so no, within a few attempts of going red, he has caught me up somehow. And I don't know how, because surely he should be 3 bit seconds behind me. I've been held by the Alpha, and he has got out ahead of me.
Fucking shit game.
And again, probably go hear a bit of swearing now, because in my opinion, I don't know how that has happened, unless I'm missing something in the game where you can just go flat out or something like that. He has caught me by 3.5 seconds when I've been staying in the delta, and that has cost me the race lead. So yeah, you can see here I'm not impressed or happy at all, because that has just cost me absolutely massively. But as people were motivating me in the chat for this race, I put on the soft tyres because I knew they could go to the end. They would be a little bit worn towards the end, but I was confident that I could still have some good pace. And now I'm really going to have to get a move on, because there is no DRS for 3 laps as well into this race. So I have to attack nice. So coming off his turn 1, we get an amazing exit. This is a perfect exit. We're quite slippery in a straight line as well, so he goes to defense. We go round the outside, outbraking him round the outside, and going through this corner, we've been pushed out wide onto the grass, off the track completely. And yeah, I wasn't too happy of that at that stage, but I wasn't really letting it affect me. I was just fully focused on just trying to get this race win. I didn't come here to come second or third or anything, especially since I had that gap, and I had a pretty comfortable gap at the front. I was just super determined to get that win. I just wanted nothing other than that 25 points. So again, putting a lot of pressure on him, but we still don't have DRS for another lap or so. Closer than we were at the restart. So I need to get a good exit again, because his tyres would probably cross over to be slightly better than mine. So I had to go just a little bit deep, just not turning it early enough. Still pretty conscious about that third warning. I can't afford to get a penalty, because if I got a penalty now, that would probably put me maybe even outside the top 10, looking at how close the cars are. But you can see we're really putting him under pressure. Him going on the grass here and going into this last sector. He seemed to pull away a little bit in this middle sector, but going through here, just where it was just purely about downforce and using the grip of the soft tyres, I was just trying to put as much pressure on him as possible going through these 2 last corners. You can see almost pushing him around that penultimate corner. Now we have got DRS, so this is a really, really good opportunity here. And going across the line, let's see what is going to happen. Go for it, and Ryan has retired. And we've got another safety car, an incoming swear words and just frustration.
Another safety
Soon
car.
as he retires, and that wasn't because of damage or anything, he just retired because of his pace, what I confirmed after the race. That has meant there's another safety car, and that means there's not going to be DRS for another 3 laps. And yeah, pretty difficult not to be frustrated at this point, because I felt I was on for a really good opportunity to do another overtake, and his tyres are probably going to be in better shape than mine, since these are used softs as well. It's going to be very, very difficult now. Unless he makes a big mistake, it's going to be very, very difficult to get past him. But still, I was so determined to try and win this race, to just, considering what happened to me, I was just so determined to make amends in this. And again, we get an amazing exit off turn 2, so trying to do a repeat, go around the outside, but this time we just go in far too deep, because I wanted to make sure the move was guaranteed. And as a result of that, we just go in far, far too deep, and maybe the grip of the tyres just wasn't quite the same as it was at the start. But yeah, I tried to move because I just wanted nothing more than just to win. It was a gamble, but luckily we've actually stayed in second place. But moving towards the end of the penultimate lap, we've actually caught him back up again. Despite 6 or 7 laps in these tyres now. Normally by lap 5, these softs are going off by quite a big amount. So the pace we're doing here is actually pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. And at this point, I didn't care if I got a penalty. I wanted to get that win. And through this first sector, we're definitely not close enough. But we do have a DRS zone going into sector 3. He goes a little bit deep through here, so I was just giving it absolutely everything. I saved my ERS, especially for this last lap, hoping that he was running on very low ERS, as Will Hayes was just saying, just smashed his back end out. And I probably felt like that in a couple of incidents, but I was just so determined to try and get this. And let's see what we do for here. This is a very important corner going onto this back straight. We get a pretty good exit, but the tyre grip is slowly starting to go now. And this is probably my last opportunity, so I have to throw everything going into chicane. We definitely get a very good exit. Come off here, almost losing the car, going sideways temporarily for a moment, but we do have a DRS, and we're not close enough going to here now. But we do have these last 2 corners, but we go slightly out wide. Just that understeer is slowly starting to kick in. And yeah, as I said, the tyres, I started to feel just the understeer now starting to creep in. And yeah, you don't want to win on penalties or anything at all. He's coming across the line because he knows he's won this race. And yeah, honestly, you would say second place is not a bad result, but considering the lead we had, and yeah, it's a tough one actually to watch that, because I just felt like I drove a really, really consistent and really good race, and then to get done by the safety car lap, for him to be caught to catch me by 3.5 seconds, I don't know if I'm missing something or something. I'm not sure, but you got to take it on the chin. As with the incident itself, I've left that really up to the stewards to decide. I won't really comment too much on that, but GG to him. Well done for Danny F1 getting on the podium as well. I'm going to be pushing very, very hard for the rest of his season. I hope you enjoyed that race. It feels very, very good to get back into league racing again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.